Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master. A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US, shortly after the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real shattered plant.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field. Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47. I've marked your map with several points of interest. We're running this mission with very little upfront intel. But these locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information you need. Good luck.
Your house is so beautiful. I'm really impressed by all the wonderful things you have here. I wish my husband would let me have that much art inside the house. But he gets, well, he doesn't appreciate it the same way I do.
Well, Richard and I have similar interests, so it's really not that hard to get him to go along with my ideas. Although, I have to say, it's been challenging to find a good place for my old microfilm viewer. Right now, it's just collecting dust in the attic.
Microfilm? That's an interesting thing to collect.
Well, it's sort of a hobby that never really took off. Besides, I don't have any microfilm to play on the viewer anyway. I'm not sure I could find any either.
Well, Janus next door collects all kinds of ancient memorabilia. He might have a roll or tape or whatever it is that sort of thing uses. I'm sure he'd be delighted to lend you something.
That's very good
Back
to
in the
know.
day,
Thank
Janus
you.
was known for his obsessive need to archive and keep memorabilia. If he has any microfilm in his house, it might contain something interesting.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to our little garden party. It's so lovely to see so many
I told her
people
not to
here.
worry about the money.
Hey, did you grab the pack of smokes that was thrown over the fence from the old guy's garden? No, I'm trying to stop.
So, Janus smokes despite being dependent on an oxygen tank, and his bodyguard.
Ah, well. You know, I think someone in there is trying to help the old geezer stop the smell.
Oh, yeah. So, the other day I accidentally asked Janus about that urn in the basement. Big mistake.
Haven't you learned anything yet? How long did he talk for?
Oh, can't really be sure. Zoned out. Not as bad as that time I used the gramophone inside the house, though. Man, that tune kicked off some old memories and some long-ass stories. He dragged me down to the basement and showed me all of his memorabilia.
You know how it works.
Interesting.
The old man
Maybe
can't
you should
remember
try to
anyone's
spark
name.
some of those old
Because of an
stories
memory,
for
he's
7.
got perfect
Who knows what
recollection.
secrets
He's
Janus might
practically
reveal.
Rain Man when it comes to his old adventures.
Well, I've learned my lesson, that's for sure. Hey there, guard. Stop!
I will call you.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. I just
Far enough, sir.
don't bring it with me.
Can't let you in.
You can't just confiscate my
I'm here
property.
to speak to the owner of
I
the
need
house,
it to get rid of an
Mr.
aggressively
Janus, is it
invasive
not?
mold
You're not
in this poor
on the
old
list.
man's backyard.
I'm Charles
Calm
Blake
down,
III,
Demolition Man.
chairman of the Homeowners
Association. I'm sure I...
One of Janus's gardeners has decided to clear a series.
We're gonna keep them safe.
I know who you are. You're not on the list. I see.
Excuse me, sir. Do you need me to call someone?
Sir, if the American police force look to YouTube as guiding principles for
I If so, I'd like to take this moment to share some information with you. I'm not buying whatever it is you're selling now.
One of Janus's old microfilms. It might contain important information. All you need now is to find a device to read it on.
Good work, 47. All there is left to do now is wait.
Ah, there you are. I may have one foot in the grave, but without my smokes, I might as well be dead. As old Trotsky said, just as a lamp...
Finally, end to Janus. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like him. Still, we are close now, 47.
Wonderful muffin.
Oh, I'd love to find out
A robe for Janus? What could he need that for?
Well, when you're retired, you can get an astonishing amount of things done.
Sinister-looking basement. What could she be doing down here?
Even minute changes to the recipe. More or less advanced chemistry at this point. So many things that can interact. But I have to choose one. The recipe must be perfect. This additive is... Who are you? You're not using it!
Ceremonial robe of some sort with a note from Janus attached. The note is interesting. Janus has asked Helen to do a few repairs on the robe before he leaves for his annual trip. He even put a date there. This is valuable information, 47.
Nothing to report.
She just clocked her 15th hour of dual flight.
Finding your way around everything? We tried to have a little something for everyone on hand. Richard's really a serial. Okay. When it comes to house.
Clearly, Janus is a meticulous man. This microfilm contains a lot of heavily redacted minutes from what appears to be a yearly event of some sort. Plenty of initials and project code names that don't ring any bells. Janus is mentioned by name throughout, however. This is a very important find, 47.
Oh, geez, darling, I'm so hungry. Have you seen those beautiful
Neighborhood barbecue, huh?
How suburban.
My belly is rumbling a little.
Wanna go inside? Looks like everyone's invited.
Would be a good time to cook some information.
I'm really sorry, sir. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to let you pass. Orders, you know. Asshole. You'll never come through here as long as I'm alive. Now get the fuck out of my face. As I said, I'm really sorry.
A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47. A letter from Janus to someone called Zoe. It looks like a draft and is full of explicit descriptions of how unhappy Janus is with Zoe and his sister having been appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society.
Did you review all the mail going up from Janus's house yet?
No.
This
I got
is a good
sidetracked
find,
by all the
47.
activities surrounding that politician who came to visit.
Well, I've got
Good
another
work,
letter that
47.
needs to be looked at before
We
allow
now
it
know
through.
Janus is meeting with the Constant
Cassidy
at an
made it
event
clear that
related to
we'll
the
have no
Ark
leaks
Society.
coming from here.
And we have an approximate date as well.
When I have time.
I think that's all we're going to get. So Cassidy withholds Janus's outgoing mail. He might have written something considered confidential in the past. Might be worth a shot.
We're close to the finish line.
Oh, hell!
It's time to end this.
You know the exterminator guy who was working on Batty's house?
Same guy who just did Cassidy's, right?
Yeah. So I let him use the green shipping container to store some chemicals. I asked him if it was poisonous, but he assured
Apparently, there is
me
a...
that it was only a sleeping agent. Get this. He told me that he doesn't kill the bugs. He only sedates them so that he can set them free. Yeah, so I let him use the green shipping container to store some chemicals. I asked him if it was poisonous, but he assured me that it was only a sleeping agent. Get this. He told me that he doesn't kill the bugs. He only sedates them so that he can set them free later. Who cares about the lives of insects? What a weirdo. I thought so too. But then, he told me this story about his pet cockroach, Pedro. It was genuinely a touching story. His parents were poor and couldn't afford to buy him a dog. But he found this cockroach in his room one day, and he took care of it. Pedro lived in a shoebox, and he even made a little leash for him so he could take him walking. They did everything together. Until one day, he heard his mother. He had left his bed or went to the bathroom. He rushed to the kitchen.
Cassidy looks to be a gun enthusiast. The room looks like it's out. Fitted with a lot of security and alarms.
Doesn't show up, I want you to penetrate the house for sale, Frank.
There's still a substantial police presence in the town because of that politician visiting. Hey, what's the situation? Surrender the gun!
Doesn't show up, I want you to penetrate the house for sale.
There's still a substantial police presence in the town because
That is Nolan Cassidy, former Secret Service agent and current Providence Herald. Cassidy is assigned to protect Janus.
Try calling the realtor?
No answer, Mr. Cassidy. I'm sure he's here somewhere, though.
I'm sick of this.
Vote for Blake at the upcoming election.
Have a fly. Read more about Charles Blake III. It's your chance to change the world. Vote for us.
Hmm?
God damn it, it's not right. Better call Cassidy.
Nicely done, 47. This should keep things nice and quiet inside the house. Both targets are confirmed killed.
Have a block. Charles Blake III appreciates your support.
The Ark Society. One of Providence's more obscure outfits.
I've heard whispers. A survivalist club for the global elite. Billionaires preparing for a global collapse. And now we know the Constant will attend their next gathering. So where is it?
That's the catch. The report is redacted. No names, no location.
So it's a dead end. I can't track them, not without ICA backup.
Now, I'm no big shot analyst, but it seems to me Janus was the Ark Society's founder, so chances are they'll want to pay their respects in private.
Track the coffin. Worth a shot.
You all right?
It comes back in flashes. Fear, anger, but like it happened to someone else.
Your gift and your curse. What they did to you. Well, I spent a long time feeling guilty about that. Now, I wonder who got the better deal.
Yes. Found something.
What are we looking at?
The ass end of nowhere. But this is where Janus's remains were shipped to. Our choice for a final resting place, wouldn't you say?
Not bad. So we stake it out. await the next gathering. Then we waltz in and kidnap one of the world's most powerful men, without ICA backup.
Like I said, it's a long shot.
We'll take it.
How did you not see this coming? My God, we came this close. The old man could have buried us all. Our families.
Do you think you feel more betrayed than I do? Get some perspective, please. Janus is dead. Lucas Gray is about to join him.
And a cornered animal is twice as dangerous.
Let's be perfectly clear. We were not exposed. The threat is neutralized. We are back on track.
Even so, from this point on, we expect you to take...
No. There is no way I'm doing that. How can you question my loyalty?
In case treachery is contagious.
Do you really want to do this to me?
Is there a problem, Secretary?
No problem whatsoever, Madam. Here's to loyalty.
My man on the island confirms that the Constant has arrived. We head out at sundown. Here, in case the crew get ideas.
Why are you doing this, Mr. Gray? You had a chance to walk away. Why didn't you?
A year ago, I'm working security for this banker, Cobb, only to find out he's a Providence operative. I'd been running for decades, only to wind up where I started. We've all got barcodes on the back of our heads. Most people just never notice. 47 told me about your parents. How did they die?
Car bomb. Surrey, 1989. Company named Blue Seed didn't care to pay for their mistakes. But I like to think no one's untouchable.
I'm sorry for your loss.
You feel it, don't you? Unlike him, you feel it all. Everything you've done.
It's a dangerous thing, having a conscience.